It's the 32 days of Lingus continuing on with WrestleMania 22. It's your boys from the WrestleLingus Show doing it another day in a row for you. The hardest working men in podcasting. I'm Cav Manning.
I'm Fausti Walnuts.
Going through all the WrestleManias.
In a row?
Yes, that's true. You've learned. And now we're on to 22. You can find our WrestleLingus Show all the time at lingusmafia.com.
You can follow us on Twitter at RealWrestleLingus.
Go ahead with the stats of the first part of the show here, Fausti.
WrestleMania 22, and as you can hear by this song that was came out in 1987. And
I was very odd. I was thinking the same. I'm like, why would this be? But I enjoyed Big Time. My balls getting bigger.
That was the theme. Big Time. April 2nd, 2006, in front of 17,159 at the arena formerly known as the Rosemont. They were at the Allstate Arena. Just, what is that, about 9 years later after old Cav Manning was there.
Oh, yeah, they said, listen, the guy's out of the building now, let's give a good show.
This will be the last WrestleMania in an arena, if I can speak.
Wow.
And this WrestleMania was brought to you by Snickers. For the fourth year in a row, WrestleMania was brought to you by Snickers, and the ninth in a row that was sponsored by a candy, because we had sour Skittles and M&Ms involved too. 9 years in a row, so they know their demographic. They like candy.
All candy WrestleManias, folks. Get ready to run fucking wild here.
There was a dark match won by Viscera, 18-man battle royal. He won.
It always seems to be just battle royal.
Just get everybody you're not booked here. You're in a battle royal.
I don't know if it's, hey, here's your reward. You get to be in a WrestleMania. Meanwhile, it's not. It's like it never happened.
Yeah, and you get a payday, but it's not like you were on the actual event.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks for them.
As you say, April 2nd, 06. Mm-hmm. I'm always, like I said, I'm worried when it's April Fool's, so we skip it by a day. I'm okay, because I'm ready for some bullshit. Michelle Williams, Chicago's own Michelle Williams, from Destiny's Child, sings the national anthem.
Well, we couldn't get Beyonce.
You're from Chicago. Come on in. Banners of the wrestlers are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered, did they get their banner?
Yeah, I wonder.
Those
were up for a while, too. Those are kind of
But didn't
cool.
we see them at Access, too, and shit like that?
Oh, did we?
I think so. They might still have. So maybe some people kept theirs, and some people are jobbers.
I wonder what they did with the Benoit one.
Oh, that thing was burned afterwards. They wrapped it up and buried it with them. The picture on the thumbnail of WrestleMania 22.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea of this picture?
Is that
the WrestleMania picture?
Is that where
poster.
Cena is giving like a, I don't know what you want to call it,
bulldog
to Booker T?
Yes.
Because that's what's like on the, when you look up the poster, that's what it is.
Exactly. And that is the thumbnail on the Mania as well. It makes no sense. I started going, oh, Booker T was against Cena in WrestleMania?
It's so
I'm
weird.
like, what did I forget something here? I guess so. Okay. So that made no sense. We got a tag team masters.
The masterpiece.
A masterpiece. What a wonderful tag team. These are tag team specialists. Masters and Carlito.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlito with a nice do you spit or swallow t-shirt. Fantastic.
I forgot about that.
Fantastic.
That was a good one, yeah.
Going against the world tag team champions of Kane and Big Show.
Mm.
And if you think about it, they should never, ever lose a match. No, never, ever. Carlito, full giant hair. Kane, half bald. Masters, balding. And Big Show, regular hair. It's quite the match there, folks. Kane and Big Show win this match. HBK interviewed in the back with his Jesus HBK t-shirt. Oh, yeah. Do you remember this t-shirt?
The big cross?
No.
On the front?
It says HBK and it's wrapped in crown of thorns.
That one.
There's a clown wrapped in thorns. Lillian showing off her flapjacks to announce the next event. These things, you could see they were squished down and everything. I brought a spatula. Money in the Bank time. Matt Hardy against Shelton Benjamin, IC champion.
What?
As last Mania. Never mind.
Deja vu.
Yeah, you can't have the IC belt be defended at Mania. Against Finlay, against RVD, against Bobby Lashley, and last but not least, Ric Flair, who was in his second ever ladder match in his history.
Mm-hmm.
RVD wins this.
Yeah.
And is this the time he says, I'm handing it in and I want Cena?
Yeah. At the ECW.
Yeah. And one night stand, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only time someone said, I want to schedule it at the time.
Right.
Because the other time that happened, the person lost. Mm-hmm. Cena scheduled his. When didn't somebody jump him after? It was like a disqualification. Like Cena won by disqualification.
Yeah.
I'm like, you imagine? This is the Money in the Bank that got...
I think Flair hated being in this match, too.
Oh, I can imagine. He'd be like, thanks. This is the match I'm in. Hall of Fame honors announced. Here's the thing.
Oh.
Do you see what happened? You know, they bring everybody out on stage.
Right.
And Howard Finkel has to make an announcement first because someone's not there.
Oh, that's right. Who was missing?
Bret. Bret Hart was uncomfortable being part of the ceremonies tonight, so he's not here.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God, you accepted going in, and you're uncomfortable to stand on stage to wave?
Why?
Oh, boy. What's the difference at that point? So we got Mean Gene, Sensational Sherry, who's very excited to always be in the Hall of Fame. She's the most excited person I've ever seen to be in the Hall of Fame. She's pumping. Fuck yeah, what you said. I'm like, oh, shit. Tony Atlas, he come out. Vern, who Mrs. Lashley escorts him out. Tits out. She is the tiniest little thing with
I was like,
big
wait, Mrs.
titties.
Ashley, that was, oh.
Crystal.
Yeah. Crystal.
Lashley. The fridge. And
Fridge is fridge.
People didn't go crazy. I thought it's Chicago, let's get something. The Blackjacks. And Eddie Guerrero. And he wasn't there either, though.
Oh.
And Vicky was in the place. And I believe Vicky should be in the Hall of Fame next, too.
Yeah,
she was fucking great. And boy, oh boy, they do this Eddie thing. They were cheering so much. And Sherry comes over to her, hug her. They all came over to Vicky. I fucking tear up like a bitch. Every fucking time this Eddie stuff come, I tear like a bitch from it.
Fucking Eddie.
Fuck. There's a missing match again here. Get over it already. Fucking, he existed. He was in your federation. He's fucking great at fucking wrestling. The NFL doesn't take away OJ tapes. Fuck, it was in your history. He didn't kill anyone in the ring. He didn't murder people in the crowd. What happened in the ring had nothing to do with anything else. Fuck. Stop it already. You're embarrassing yourselves. It's so fucking stupid. Fucking Vince, man. I know Vince listened to 32 Days of Lingus because he can't remember what the fuck happened in the other WrestleManias. God knows they never follow any storylines anyway. So put a marker in there. Don't hurt yourselves. There's a big gap. I want to see a great match. Sorry, he killed someone. We're going to make you work to get it. It's not even, the match isn't even gone.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, you have to work to get to it.
And I wouldn't call this one a great match. I know you weren't calling this one a great match.
Nonetheless. Benoit, JBL going to clothesline you. Always some shit. Yesterday, you talking shit.
I guess we were wrong. I spoke too soon yesterday when I said, oh, well, JBL always has a title and he loses.
Yeah, he
actually won a
U.S.
Holy
title
shit.
in this one against Benoit. They defend the U.S. title. Never mind the IC. Hardcore match, Falls Count Anywhere. Goddamn fantastic match. And I'll remind you that Foley retired at Mania 16. Thank you.
6 years ago.
Thank you. 6 years ago.
He had to have his Mania moment.
Yeah, I know. It was Edge who JR called the R-rated superstar.
Just the R-rated superstar?
Yeah, instead of the rated R superstar. Thank you. Joey Styles was commentating.
Oh, my God.
And Foley could not wear more clothes to the ring.
Wow.
When he came out. And I was like, what the hell is this? And they go, oh, he's not wearing his traditional red flannel. He's wearing the darker kind because he's upset. He's wearing dark.
That means he's pissed.
Yeah, Hogan wearing black. So he's pissed. And later on, he undoes his shirt because he gets speared by Edge, who starts grabbing his shoulder going, oh, my God, oh, my God. And he's wrapped barbed wire around his belly, which, never mind, it would puncture you as well.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Edge have to cut his shoulder with a razor? And how do you make that thing bleed of all things? Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, because he had a bloody shoulder from this. And it was... Remember, if you remember correctly, didn't he say, I'm having trouble remembering things, and Vince told him, you've had your last match. Never mind that then, because this was 16 that this happened. So we got a flaming table. Fantastic.
Lita put out the...
Yeah, Lita she looked all right. I'll have a question for you in the later 20s when it comes to Diva.
All right, ask me in a few days.
In a couple days, I'll be asking you a question. Edge is bleeding so much that the blood has poured into his eyeball and pouring out of his eye. And he's looking around in the camera. He's stuttering around, and one eye is solid red blood.
Man.
Fantastic. It hurts me that we didn't appreciate Edge because we hated him so much because of him being a true-life scumbag. It wasn't storyline heat. That's
why after he retired and they put out the Blu-ray, I just sat there and watched it and just was like, man.
Say we missed out. It's his own fault.
It is his fault.
He fucking his friend's wife. God damn, it's not his wife, but whatever. Jesus Christ. Oh, Matt going downstairs, see her phone lit up in her purse. I'm like, for one, what's Matt doing going into her phone and see who's texting
Maybe it was
you at
buzzing.
this time? It was who texted? Let me look at this. Sees a light
texting
glowing.
you at 3
He's like,
a.m.?
I see a light glowing from the... Bitch, you went down and opened her purse. Who you fucking lying to? Who you lying to?
I wonder if he does that to all Revy nowadays.
Yeah.
Going through her purse.
He goes, nobody want that cottage cheese. He's like, you have a kid, you worn out, damaged goods. Harken you back to Mania 8. Damaged.
He's going to find out some indie wrestlers
had their way. Booker T and Sharmell are in the back looking for the Boogeyman. Boogeyman's been in WrestleMania. They find Burchill, who's fencing against the air as a pirate. DiBiase and Eugene are doing the basketball bouncing trick, and he kicks the ball away from Eugene. Snitsky is tongue-fucking Mae Young's feet. I think he'd do it now. And Fat Goldust shows up, and they say, we're all freaks. You should embrace your freak flag and let it fly. That's the only way you're going to beat the Boogeyman. Turns out it's a handicap match. Sharmell and Booker against the Boogeyman. And it's smart because he makes Sharmell start the match. So she gets to the other side of Boogeyman. Booker T jumps in, clobbers him, and then gets a tag. It's a good way to go.
When you were talking about all those freaks, I was waiting for Ron Simmons to walk in. Damn.
Yeah, well, I don't bother to write anything Boogeyman wins this. He kisses Sharmell in the mouth with a mouthful of fucking worms. Jesus Christ.
That's what was she, Miss Black USA or something?
Yes, yeah. Poor man's USA. Officially the dark match. It's the dark match, Miss USA. Not like in a later Mania where there was Trump and the banished Miss USA was there with him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Trish, women's champion, against a fantastic storyline and newcomer, I thank you, Mickie James. Oh, talk about assholes showing. Oh, my God. Her whole asshole was out. God bless John Cena for fucking, for getting a mouth pumping, for cramming up her asshole. And then I went online and I looked at all her naked pictures. There's something I never saw before. She got a brown pussy. It's dark.
Yeah.
It's dark.
It's pink on the inside, though.
Like I said, we're all pink on the inside, baby.
Well, you can see.
We're all
pulling
one.
it out, so you can see.
She's got it spread out going, what you say? Fuck, I see it, honey. I see it. This is a great part because it's the big lesbian angle. And she grabs her Trish's pussy. She cups her pussy when in a headlock. And then Trish lets go right away. And then Mickie licks her fingers. And, of course,
nowhere to be seen.
The network turns it to the crowd during that. And you just hear something. And I'm like, fuck it. I'll make a deal with you, WWE. Keep the dots out of the Benoit. And let me see your lick her fingers. I'd rather have that.
You have it on your own footage, at least.
No, I'm going to break up my videotapes.
Just to see your licking finger.
Yeah, I know. The same with the cat showing her nipples on the other Mania that we reviewed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me go fast forward for a 4-second. I'm a horny old man. Let me pause that. Let me pause it where it's blurry, no HD, and the screen is shaking. Let me jerk off.
You gotta fix the tracking on that VHS.
Press the plus. Press the plus. Press the plus. Oh, it went worse that way. I gotta go back the other way. Casket match. My Sex Life versus Mark Henry versus The Undertaker. He tombstoned that fucking pig. But he couldn't do it to Bundy. He did it to this pig, and he dove over the casket.
Oh, man. That was awesome.
That's only because Henry's out there to catch him. He can catch him.
There's no Deuce out there to catch him. I'll see that in a couple of days.
Hey, Deuce, catch me. No holds barred match. HBK versus Vince McMahon. Way to waste a year of HBK at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. This is on his DVD, though.
Yeah, God forbid we don't. We got to have this. Vince goes, well, I'm on there.
Yeah,
well,
he just beat the shit out of Vince.
Vince said like this, it is the main event. It's against Vince. How about the ref giving Vince the office?
Yeah.
He gives Vince the office when he jumps off the thing with the garbage can on his head. He jumps off the ladder. He gives Vince the office on his leg. And then he runs to Vince when he's laying down, and Vince give him the office to say, I'm okay. The office. Usually when I'm getting a hot blowjob, what had happened was, like, I'll make sure they go deep throat, and I'll go, take all of it, and they go, please, well, you say that like it's hard. I go, so I take the back of the head, and I slam them as far as I fucking can down, and they put their hands onto my arm, and they give me the office to let me know they're okay. Welcome to the Wrestling Show.
You could hear more of this every Tuesday. That's the real wrestling on Twitter.
The Office.
Find us on iTunes.
Angle defending his WCW World title versus Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. Now, the way this happens is Batista got injured, that torn tricep.
Oh, yeah.
And so Angle wins a battle royal, which he pretty much fucks up. He falls over the top rope, but Henry hits the ground first. Otherwise, he was supposed to hang on, and he doesn't.
Whoops.
So he was last to touch the floor, so he wins the title. Now, Ray wins the Rumble.
Right.
So, of course, we have Orton wanting to have a shot instead. And my God, what he does to get the title shot.
Refresh me.
He says, I want a match against you, and if I win, I get your title shot. And Ray says, no, I can't do this. How does Orton goad him into this? You're looking up talking to Eddie.
That's right.
You should be looking down because Eddie's in hell.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Fantastic. Then we get, it's always on the way to the ring and everything like this. We get this modern day 3-way and all that. So it's on the way to the ring. Mysterio, he dressed in a big giant Aztec bird outfit, right? So we get the Spicks singing the Birdman to the ring. You see when he's up there, it's POD. Yeah. Yeah, that group. They're singing Ray to the ring. Ray wins his title for Angle. For him Eddie. Too. For Angle's career is over too. In a couple years we'll find out. He wins for Eddie. He wins that. Cena is shown in the back getting ready. And it has the cage lowering music the whole time. And they are booing Cena out of the building already.
Whoops.
And I'm like, wow, this long ago it started. This long ago it started with Cena
10 years ago.
Yeah. We get a Playboy pillow fight match.
Ooh.
There's a bed in the ring.
This is the
oh dear
piss match.
Oh, God. This is go take a shit because it takes a while, too. Candice Michelle, when she was hot, versus Tori, which is still fucking hot.
Yeah.
Candice is wearing an evening gown and a giant jacket and a purse to the ring. Tori's in her dress with no shoes.
All right.
Carrying her dog. She rubs her dog's asshole in Candice's face. Okay. And
this is a match.
This is a match. I love because she's doing backdrops onto the bed, and then they're selling. Okay.
Yes, we had Trish and what's her Mickey earlier, and now we have this.
God. It really makes you go, thank God things have changed into this. I'm like, the other one was called the women's title, and it was the women's championship.
Yeah.
And there was no good wrestlers. Now it's called the Divas Championship, and there's good wrestlers. I'll take this. This is fine. I don't mind. People have a problem with the belt and calling it the Divas.
Butterfly belt?
I don't have a problem with that at all. I have no problem with that belt at all. I think it looked better than that women's title did.
Yeah, that women's title was plain.
That was a piece of shit. And when Lay Cool had it and split it in half, it was magnetized. And they sold that fucker online, too. Triple H versus Cena for the WWE Championship belt. Now, Harry Triple H is in his throne. He comes out of the floor. And it's so goofy because he's supposed to be in this character. Like, he's slumped over like a lump.
Yeah, a barbarian.
With his barbarian hairy shoulders and the giant belt. And he's holding a bottle of water.
Yeah.
He couldn't have put it to the side underneath him anywhere. He's sitting there with a bottle of water in his hand.
Oh, God. I remember
and
watching.
he looks like a fatso.
Yeah.
His titties are squished out.
He's kind of like his whole body's bloated or something.
He is. He looks bloated. Maybe he's gassed up. I don't know. He does look
Gas
bloated.
to the gills, as they used to say.
He's bloated. Cena comes out, and it's Punk's debut.
Oh, that's what I wrote here.
You couldn't read your writing? Does it say Punk's debut?
That's right. I wrote Punk. I couldn't write. Did I write Pink? What did I write?
Punk's debut, and it's funny because the cameras are on him good. There's no look. He's the third guy in the corner. He is front and center on there, and he got to embarrass himself and go walk to the ring with his Tommy gun, looking around for anybody coming around.
Yeah, because Cena, the whole thing, they're in Chicago, so hey, let's do like a 1920s mob entrance.
Yeah, the Capone stuff.
Yeah,
I laugh because they show the old footage. When they show Capone, the crowd cheer.
Yeah.
I went to Capone's grave. I laid
respects.
laid next to her. I pay my respect. I say, father of the fucking mafia over here. Like my father said, what picture I shake? Should I shake his hand? He put his hand out to the grave.
You see Punk, when I was trying to look around, like, is anybody else here?
Yeah, I started to too. I'm like, anybody known here? I think we would have known already. Now, it's funny because when Cena comes out, he's wearing a trench coat.
Oh, God.
The flasher in the park. Because he's got on shorts.
Yeah.
So he's got a trench coat and his clothes, and he looks like he's
legs.
naked inside. He's going to show his dick to all the young kids
What does
around
he pull
here.
out instead?
Well, he pulls out his Tommy gun to shoot
Hey, now.
everyone. And he shoots at the ceiling, da-da-da-da-da, and that's that.
I remember between that and Triple H's entrance, I just remember at the time thinking, oh, God.
I know. You go, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Fucking
Thank God
douche
we're always together for Manias because... You sit there with your wife. You go, don't come in the room now. This is when you want to come in. You just missed the greatest, HBK match or something. Now you got this.
Embarrassing.
God.
I mean, I get it. They're trying, but this was
too
much.
When I sit with a woman and I watch this and I'm embarrassed, I reach over, I grab her hand, I give her the office. Let her know it's really okay. Cena booed out of the building. Always goddamn Chicago.
I thought he was the good guy.
Trips almost drops his arm 3 times. Fights and taps. He's no HBK tap out from Angle. That's for sure.
Tapped out.
What's the? Do we know the attendance in here? Did we give it already?
Yeah, it was 17,159. Don't worry, we won't have anything under like 50 for a while.
Yeah. So what's the total rundown for?
Those no longer with us: Viscera, Benoit, Sherry, Verne, and Mae Young.
That's funny because they're in the Hall of Fame part, so they have to count in there.
They're on there.
That's it for your 23rd. Oh, sorry, 22nd? Jumping ahead. Sorry about that. 22nd day of your 32 days of Lingus. You can check us out at lingusmafia.com.
Follow us on Twitter at RealWrestleLingus.
Check out our nonsensical show if you want to get the business from us, folks.
Every Tuesday, you can have nonsense like this for 2 full hours.
We'll give you the office. We'll see you tomorrow.